All right, let's jump right in. Today we're exploring a really cool concept. What if we thought of our minds not as something to be fixed, but as something to be supported? Let's get into this idea of scaffolded minds. So, I want you to really think about this for a second. What if your brain isn't a problem that needs fixing, but a building that just needs the right kind of support? Like a unique piece of architecture. Even the most brilliant designs sometimes need a little help to reach their full potential. And this simple idea, it completely shifts the focus from what's wrong with me to, okay, what support do I need? That's a huge change in perspective, right? Okay, so first up, let's talk about our unique blueprints. Because really, to get this whole scaffolding idea, you've first got to appreciate the concept of neurodiversity. And that's simply the idea that every single mind is built differently. I mean, look at that. Every mind operates differently. It sounds so simple, but it's an incredibly powerful statement. This is really the heart of neurodiversity. For way too long, we've kind of judged brains against the super narrow idea of what's normal. Neurodiversity flips that on its head and says, hey, these variations in how our brains work, they're just that, variations. They're not deficits. It means every single one of us has our own unique mental operating system, our own personal blueprint. Okay, so if our minds are all these unique buildings, what are the tools we're using to, construct our thoughts and just get through the day? Well, that brings us right to the main event, the mind's scaffolding. I want you to picture a giant skyscraper being built. You know that crazy metal grid that covers the whole thing? That's the scaffolding. It's not actually part of the final building, right? But there's no way that skyscraper could get built without it. Well, our brains are basically the same. They often need these kinds of supports, temporary or external, to handle the really complex stuff. Okay, let's break this down a bit more, because this is where it gets interesting. So you've got your regular architectural scaffolding. It's physical, it's outside the building, and it's temporary. We all get that. Then you have cognitive scaffolding. It does the exact same job. It provides support, but it's for our mental processes, things like focus or organization. And here's the really cool part. It can be internal, like a little memory trick you teach yourself, or it can be external, like a planner app on your phone. And listen, this isn't just some cute metaphor we came up with. This is based on a real neurological concept called compensatory scaffolding. Our brains are naturally wired to do this. They're constantly creating these little workarounds and strategies just to help us function. It's kind of like having a brilliant, self-sufficient construction crew built right into your head. So this leads to a pretty practical question, right? If our brains are already doing this on their own, can we, help them out? And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. We can absolutely, consciously build our own external supports. And look, these supports don't have to be some big, complicated thing. Just check out this list. A visual timer, it makes an abstract idea like time something you can actually see. Noise-canceling headphones, boom, instant focused environment. Even something called body doubling, which is literally just working quietly alongside someone else, can be a total game changer for focus. All of these are just tools you can pop into your cognitive toolbox. Now, this is maybe the most important part of this whole thing. There is no one-size-fits-all solution here. What works for me might be totally useless for you. It all comes back to what we talked about at the beginning, that unique blueprint. The whole goal is to find the supports that fit your specific mind. All right, let's bring it all home now. It's time to talk about designing your world and how you can actively create an environment that supports your mind. If you take away one thing from this explainer, let it be this. This whole idea, it's not about changing your mind. It's not about forcing your brain to work in a way that feels unnatural. It's about changing the environment around it. It's about giving it the right tools and structures so it can absolutely thrive, exactly as it is. And you know what? When we do that, the possibilities are just limitless. When you provide the right scaffolding, you're not just helping a mind get by. You're actually enabling it to build its own unique masterpiece. What we're really doing is celebrating the incredible, beautiful diversity of human thought. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Think about that toolbox we just looked at. Think about your own unique blueprint. What's one, just one, small, simple scaffold you could build for yourself today, right now? Something to help your mind do its absolute best work.